Okay. So now we're here in the Fika podcast show, and we have a very, very important guest that we love. Someone who has been supporting and helping and inspiring us in Latin America, in many countries, some years ago with her story. So I am absolutely delighted to have such a rock star in Oriflame in the Fika podcast show. I think we're gonna hit all the records in Fika podcast views because everyone would be saying, who is there? So everyone would be watching this. Okay, so the reason why we invited you, Nadia, is of course because we love you. We like the testimony that you share in Rome, and we felt very, very much inspired by those words and identified with the story that you shared. And as you may imagine, Nadia, after pandemic, many leaders actually learn how to reinvent themselves, but some of the other leaders haven't been able to do that. I mean, it's been a kind of a struggle for so many people, as you may imagine, and you touch upon that on your story. So it would be so relevant, so right on spot for the Mexican and Latin American leaders to listen to your story. So Nadia, since not everyone was or attended actually the meetings we had together in Latin America a few years back, I would like to let you kind of introduce yourself. Who is Nadia Meutia as a person? Who is Nadia Meutia as a rock star in Oriflame? How far have you gone in the Oriflame success ladder? So welcome, Nadia. Tell us a little bit about you.
Santiago, thank you so much. Thank you so much for inviting me to Fika Podcast. Thank you so much for inviting me to Colombia and Mexico a couple of years ago. And when I saw you back then in Colombia and Mexico, I think, I was also with my kids. They were like, I think, teenagers. I started Oriflame actually in 2006. So they are, when I first started, they're 5-year-old and 1-year-old. And now they're already a 23-year-old working, has her own art company. And then the second one is already in college. And guess what, Santiago? They're both are learning Spanish. So like they're talking to each other in front of me and my husband, and we don't really know what they're talking about. And then basically it's just them talking about everything else and also about Oriflame. So they grew up with me here in Oriflame. I grew up here in Oriflame. It's been 18 years already of my life in Oriflame. And like you said, oh, I lost you. Okay, you're back? Okay.
Yeah.
So I was actually here like 18 years ago from back then in 2006, right? And now it's already 2024. So many things have changed. My highest level, guys, is actually Sapphire Executive Director, if you believe, 18 legs. And for the past like 3 years, it was 12 and then 10 and then 6. But I'm now getting back ever since BCM to 8 and hopefully to 9 again this month, inshallah. So yeah, I'm rooting for that. So I could go on and on. You have to ask me another question before like I talk and not stop.
Thank you, Nadia. Yeah, it's been a while. I remember during this trip that your kids were just little boys, and I just remember how nice this experience was. So this was beautiful. Just getting a little bit into the nitty-gritty, Nadia. Now that you have shared how far have you actually reached? I mean, what title have you reached in the Oriflame Success Ladder? And how big is your business in Indonesia, how many lives you may have transformed throughout this journey. So this is amazing, this is so inspiring, Nadia. But let me just get into the main question. By looking at your presentation in Rome, Nadia, and the results that Indonesia is having, because it is evident that the results are so positive, I mean, the signals are so good. Here, the audience of Fika Podcast we're kind of interested on knowing a bit about how much has the business improved with BCM. Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, it's definitely, we've seen improvement. Data sales or everything, but I think I can tell you guys the story of my own network. And yes, we've seen improvement, but it's different kind of improvement to each of the network itself. There are networks that are definitely improving by having more split outs, but there are also a network that is having the benefit of BCM by recruiting more. And then there are also the network that has they see the benefit of BCM of having more money, also like having more the bonuses itself, and so it differs. And then there's also one that just basically they haven't really gotten any proof yet of like bonus in terms of bonus, or but they got it in terms of cashback. And then it really, each of those improvement of what they're having, it's basically making them more believe in themselves again. Because after even before pandemic, we're already going a little down, and then the pandemic really crushes us. So now every little improvement for us, it's a good thing, because then it gives us confidence, like, okay, now it's fun again. Okay, now it's finally something new again. It's a hope. I talk about that in Rome, yeah.
Exactly.
For us, basically, BCM is like a new energy. It's like a new hope for us. So that's it, Santiago. So yeah, it differs for
Fantastic.
people, but we can feel it.
Yeah, and you just said, Nadia, it's a little improvement, give us hope, but you are being, again, like a great leader that you are, you're being humble. It's not a little change. You have made a lot of changes during BCM, and the difference is so big. I mean, it's kind of a day or night. I mean, if you compare the two things, now the results are so good. And it's good that you mentioned that it's for everyone, for those who needed cash, for those who wanted to get more split outs, for those who wanted to increase recruitment. So this is fantastic to listen at that from your perspective. The other thing that I was so impressed in your presentation is the following. We as a company believe that when we communicate something, it is necessarily, it's perfect, everything will be understood, everything would be in the language of the people that is outside doing the network. But one of the whoa, aha moments I had in that presentation is that you used the following terminology. You said, I got the company information and I translated it into the language that we all understand to make it quicker, simpler, etc. Can you elaborate a little bit on that?
Yeah, so I understand that the company, our company, guys, wherever we are, like Indonesia, in Latin America, in wherever, they always have this language, which I feel it's a little bit formal, I think, because when I talk to people in the Nigeria or in Thailand, in Vietnam, everybody feels like, the information is there, but how do we no, this is not the way people talk in everyday life. Like when I recruit people, I don't talk in that corporate language. Like hey friend, like, okay, Oriflame is from 1967, and we don't talk like that. See, so basically yeah, I just need to grasp the company's vision first, right? And when I feel like, okay, I think I get what they're trying to say, I just try to think about how will I say it if I'm on the phone, with my friend. How will I say that if I want to make a content, like let's say an Instagram Reels, which only allows 15 seconds, which means every information that you guys gave me, which is every single thing is very important. I just need to make it into one very packed information, And the good thing is for that, like the company give us a lot of information here, guys. For us, we can like break it down to point 1, point 2, point 3. And then this point 1 can be content number 1. This point 2 can be content number 2. So that's how I try to think, because here in Indonesia, we're very content minded already. But I also think of it the way, like if I want to talk to my kids, like I need them to understand first, so that I know that my downlines, which is now Gen Z, millennials, and Gen X, they would understand that. And believe me, Santiago, the way we talk with the way those millennials and, Gen X's talk is way different. So I need to get to their understanding. So that's how I say I translate it. It's just the same information, guys. It's just that I try to think of it from the point of view of just like everyday talking. And then I put that talking into talking points in banners or in video content.
Yeah. So if I may interrupt you, Nadia, for a while, because I want these leaders around this region to understand exactly the importance of what you're saying, is that the company information is so important, but it is also so important to try to put this down to earth. To put it on the kind of the structure that people would understand, content 1, content 2, content 3, etc., so that people can understand, because not everyone thinks exactly as the company is communicating and is conveying the message. So it is very important. And if you're listening to this, and if you're here in Mexico or whatever, and you're listening to this, think about that. It's not just getting the PowerPoints, it's not just getting the information from the company and saying, well, this is it. No, you have to really delve into that and really try to understand, get the pick from here, pick from there, and get the cherry on top and try to communicate that properly to your network. So thank you, Nadia, for sharing this, because this is so important. Many times people say, well, if that is the PPT, if that is the company PowerPoint, we're going to use that exactly as such. But it is not so. We have to do that type of work that you did. So thank you for that piece of advice, Nadia. The other thing that is also so important, I have had some conversations regarding BCM where people say, well, this is really the elephant in the room. This is really the tricky part. And I will try to convey this question. We all understand that by not having to pay a membership fee, it is easier to invite members. And we also understand that before, customers didn't have these benefits, and now the members have the cashback and many benefits. So it is kind of a no-brainer that it is much better for a member to become or to be part of the Oriflame beauty community. But there is a problem there, and is that sellers who have clients, they think about the immediate profit, and they say, but why on earth am I gonna invite them so that they get benefits, but I don't get my immediate profit? Obviously, we have come up with programs that mitigate, that compensate that, but the person has to have the vision. The person has to understand that in the long run, it will be much better. But you're the best to tell us, how did you manage to do that?
So again, sometimes, well, I'm siding with the leaders now, yeah, Santiago, because exactly what you're talking about, that was also my worry, and my networks, my crossline, everyone in Indonesia had the same worries. But then for me, I feel like now, guys, now I'm talking to the leaders, to the Oriflamians. Now, guys, it's like we have 3 choices now. Before, we only have like 2 choices before BCM. But after BCM, we have 3 choices. And it doesn't mean that we always have to do the first choice always, or the second choice. Oh, the first choice for me is, if you just want to sell and you just want to have your immediate profit, which is the discount for BCM, right? If you just still want to do that, well, Santiago, this is how I talk to my network, yeah? If you still just want to have that, always immediate profit only, then do it. But if you want to get the cash back, that then get the can I say the programs, right? The
Yeah,
program
yeah,
1%,
absolutely, absolutely.
the cashback, the welcome back, what everything that will be our benefit. If we have a customer becoming member, then we have that choice also. There's also a benefit for us and for them. And then the third one, we have a choice to recruit them as a brand partner. So when my downlines is also like, but Nadia, I'm selling, I'm this, I'm that, like, where do I get? Then I break it down again. In Rome, I told you guys how I love breaking down things. So I break down each and every one again of that program, Santiago. Like, so okay, let's say you're selling 100 euros. Yeah, I'm just talking whatever money here.
Yeah.
100 euros. But if in BCM, if 100 euros is a customer offline, then how much will you get? Okay, and then let's compare it. If that 100 euro is to, let's say, 2 members, 50 euro, 50 euro, how much are you getting? And what other benefits are you getting? And then if that 100 euro is a brand partner, which is there's a brand partner member, so there's a lot of simulation, to just basically give them the information. And for me, again, I think my job description is to lead. Here's the company visions, and I'm trying to lead them here, and then it's up to you. If somebody is still comfortable with, okay, I'll just stick with the selling nut, then it's okay. I will support you with the content of products, But if somebody is already saying, okay, I think I want the cashback nut, okay, I'll support you the content that talks about cashback. And then when they're already thinking, I want to go to Rome like you, I want that cash award, I want this and that, yeah, come on, baby, like like a brand partner kind of thing, So I don't really like, you have to do this. No, I gave them all 3 choices. And then it's a matter of this. Today, I'm going to talk in my group about selling. And then tomorrow, I'm going to talk about, hey, guys, I've got 3 members with this content. And you know how much cashback I had? And then the next one,
I have to interrupt you, Nadia, because you have said something absolutely beautiful. You just said my role description is to lead. And the way you lead is that you show them the different choices they have. And you are not forcing anyone to do anything. If you want to continue selling, not registering your customers as members, go ahead. Make profit out of selling. And if you want to go further, these are the benefits. And you also mentioned another thing that is so relevant. You show them the different scenarios because you simulate it. You said, this is what you get if you do this. This is what you get if you do this. And I hope you guys are listening because BCM is leading. It's not just showing the company vision. It's leading. Because remember, every time remember that people did not join this company. People join your network. They want to go and become like you. They want to follow your tracks. They want to go after what you told them. So with the help of the company, yes. In the ecosystem of the company, yes. With the programs that we provide, yes. But they're following you. So you are the one who needs to be leading and being this type of role model. So thank you for that, Nadia. That is so, so important. There is another thing, very important thing, Nadia. People will listen to this and some will say the following. Well, it worked for Nadia, but she's a rock star in social media. I mean, she's, I don't know, she's like whatever these celebrities in Hollywood. She has everyone following her. So this is why BCM worked for her. But you know that BCM is working for people that are very, very active in social media, but it is also working for people that are not. it is a nice thing to have. It's a good enabler to be better in social media. Can you give us one, two small pieces of advice for people that are listening to you before October 18th, 2024, because that would be the day one of BCM. And for those listening to you, what would be Nadia's advice to become more digital savvy, better on that? How can they, what should they do tomorrow?
So for me, when people talk about like digitalizing stuff and everything, actually right now it's on our everyday life. It's basically social media. Only that. Like guys, don't think about like very hard applications of no. I'm talking a simple Instagram. If you're still doing Facebook, then go with Facebook. TikTok, yes, it's very big right now. Me, I'm actually, after trying everything, I'm comfortable with Instagram. So I'm not actually like savvy in each and every single one of those applications also, guys. No, because I chose one that I feel like I'm most comfortable with, and it's very much my target market. Yeah. So for me, why social media? Because like this, again, the company is supporting us with, let's say, affiliate link. If we don't know where to put that affiliate link, then the affiliate link will be no use. Yeah. The company give us a self-registration member link, which makes life easier. Like we don't need to wait for them. We don't need to put their own data. They can just do it themselves. But if we don't put that link somewhere in our social media, then all those support from the company will be no use also, right? And I mean, like, don't be afraid, guys. It's just a matter of, this is what I always tell my downloads also, like whatever you're comfortable with in the social media scene. If you're just comfortable, because somebody maybe is not comfortable at like this, face to face, showing their faces, then I'll teach you on like how to do content that is only showing your hands. But if you're comfortable in showing your face, usually that gets more clicks, more views and stuff like that. But let's start where you're comfortable with, and you can always start with stuff that also you're comfortable with, the topic itself. Again, if you just want to selling, you're selling. If you just want to, but if you want to recruit member, then it's like this. Today, Indonesia has this big promo. It's a big promo of the new perfume, right? So Indonesia gave us a very beautiful banner to put in our social media. We can put that, but I also put something under it. I say, if you want to get this price is amazing, right, guys? But you can have this more amazing price, discount 15% if you become my member. So I give them the self-registration link, and that's it. It's basically that is because Oriflame gave us the beauty guide for the catalog of the product. Well, our beauty guide to show us who we are is our social media. So put everything that you're comfortable with showing out there in your social media.
Perfect. I think you put it so simple, so clear. What company is providing, what is what you are kind of complementing and adding. And also you said stay in the social media platform that you feel comfortable. Don't try to be savvy on everything. So do it there. Be so mindful about the abilities you have and the things you already know, and stay on that social media. I think it's absolutely fantastic what you have been sharing. People will be so sorry, Nadia, that this conversation will come to its end. But anyway, before we say goodbye, and I will of course do something else, Nadia, which is, I was so touched by your story. when I saw the picture that you showed about one part of your house, the way it was looking and the way it is looking today, after the effort and the success and the achievements that you have had, I was so touched by that story. Some people that are listening to you, Nadia, are navigating so troubled waters. So they're having issues. They're losing hope. They're saying, well, this business is more complicated. It's not for everyone. How can I actually regain a momentum and do it? And I think that a few words coming from you who have been in both places, there and there, and who have experienced this kind of situation, that would be so good for them. So please, Nadia, let's end this conversation by having the best of the best, the one and only Nadia Meutia, talking from heart to you, telling her story. Nadia, go ahead.
Well, actually, I agree with you. This business is not for everyone. This business, it's complicated. But usually somebody who says that, like you said just now, it's somebody who has gone through Oriflame like this. So we've known when it was simple and then it getting complicated and it's simple and complicated. It's like that. And people leave. But some people stay. So I actually agree that it's not for everyone. But when you're still here, even after all that, after you've been like this, you're still here. Then why? I ask myself, Santiago, it's not that I did not try other businesses when I was down. I tried. And somehow it never really worked. And even when it works, there's a part of my heart that it's still, thinking about Oriflame all the time. And for me, well, maybe you would say again, yeah, that's because Nadia have already a lot of downlines and everything. But for me, especially when the pandemic happens and then the downlines leave because of many, many reasons, which I understand because mostly it's financial reasons, there are people who stayed. They stayed and yeah. Why are you always making me cry? They stayed, right? And I did not see myself as a leader. I see myself as their friend. And I hope they saw me as their friend. And that's why they stayed. We were just like TikToking. I'm not really asking them about their targets. I did not talk about BPS and stuff like that. No, Santiago. It's just like, okay, let's just do TikTok, But sometimes we talk about TikTok about Oriflame. So I stayed because they stayed. Because they still have hope. To be honest, I did not have hope. A couple of years ago when we were so down. But why are they here? And it's just, I can't let that go. So even if you guys don't have that people yet, the downlines and everything, I mean, just look around. Your family, your mom and dad, I lost my dad in COVID. So now when I'm back, it's like, shoot, I mean, I couldn't make him proud again, stuff like that. But if you still have those people around you, then you think about them. You sometimes forget about the ego about, I was a global top 15. I had this many bonus and then now I couldn't say that to people because I dropped so much. And that's why I push myself to tell people I dropped, but I'm still here, Wow. It's okay, guys. People understand it didn't just happen to us, even if there are people who are still up there. Well, then, because I truly believe with the relationship of us and God and everybody else, Santiago. So I believe that, the universe is making an impact with everything that we do.
Yeah. Nadia, you said something that I mean, it's so beautiful, because I have never thought of that, but you just nail it, because you said, I was losing my hope, but if I still have one person in my downline that is also down, that is also navigating in a very, very difficult kind of sea, and they're still here, that gives me reason not to leave, not to lose hope, because I brought this person in, and I cannot disappoint that person. I have to keep my faith. Nadia, it's been absolutely beautiful. I am pretty sure my leaders will ask me to talk to you again. I will tell them that, look at the time difference, it's 13 hours, don't bother, Nadia. You cannot do that, but I'm pretty sure they will ask me for that. Nadia, you have been, as always, so generous. You have been, as always, I mean, you're a great leader, but you're a much better human being. Thank you for this, Nadia. I believe we're going to grow again. We're going to go many, many great things, because I already see the signals. I already see the reasons. But when that happens, I want you to know that you have contributed to that a lot. I want you to know that it was not only us here in Mexico, and it was also with the help of great human beings like you, Nadia. Nadia, God bless you. Thank you very much for this conversation. We love you. Hope to see you soon in Innsbruck. Greetings to your family. Thank you very much.